Hey guys, Jackie, welcome back to my channel. It has officially reached 50s in New York City, so it is officially fall. Everything from this haul is from the Dazy collection from SHEIN, which is a more higher end Korean inspired line. The theme for the haul is more like fall slash winter like workwear. So the first item I got is actually a bit more on the casual side. I got this with the intention of like just wearing it with a blazer when it's not super cold yet. I picked up this black t-shirt. It is a fitted t-shirt. It's not like super tight or super cropped or anything. It does go to my hip. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it does have like a different type of ribbing. It's not like your average ribbed material. It has kind of like a pattern to it. It's not like overly see-through, and I did get this in a medium, but the only problem is the sleeves are still a bit too tight for me. Like, I know Dazy line tend to run a little smaller, so I usually get a medium in their collection, but even a medium is a bit tight on the arm area, so I might just be exchanging this for a large. I love that it is casual but with like a bit of effort, if that makes sense, especially in the ribbing. So I feel like this is definitely not a super casual outfit. Like, I think I could still get away with wearing this in the office if I kept my blazer on. And then the next thing, I absolutely loved it on the model. Hi Coco. The second piece, I absolutely loved it on the model. It looked super nice, and I could just tell through the photos how good quality it is, and it really is. It is this beige blouse. I really love colors like this because it's kind of like super versatile. You could dress it a whole bunch of times, which is what I'm trying to do with my capsule wardrobe that I'm building. What's so special about this is that there is like a slight puff at the shoulders as well as a cuff link at your sleeve, so it gives you like a nice like balloony effect. I really love that. And look at the closure in the front. It has like these little like ceramic looking detailing on the button closure. I really like the look of it, but my only complaint is that if you are slightly like prominent in the chest, like, you guys know me, I'm not like super prominent in the chest, but like even when I wore it, it could kind of like stretch open the button closure and you kind of like see your undergarment. Don't really love that. So what I'm gonna do is probably like wear a tank top underneath or something like that. It looks really nice tucked into pants, not gonna lie. I do really love that look. I feel like with the crinkle material, it definitely does elevate any like boring work outfit. Just something about the cutting and material of this, it looks really flattering and classy. Okay, this next top is also beige, and I really love the sleeve. It is a ribbed sweater, but let's talk about the sweetheart neckline for a second. It is super flattering, and I've actually been seeing this like everywhere on Zara, H&M, and a bunch of other retailer stores. Really am in love with the material. Dazy's knitted material is like unmatched. It's so soft. It doesn't really pill. I really love how like heavy it is in general. What drew me to this top specifically is the sleeves. It's like a trumpet sleeve, and I feel like the silhouette of that, it's so cute. And I've been like in love with flared sleeves recently. There is a slit on the side, so the front part is kind of like tapered inwards, and it does give you like the most beautiful like hourglass figure. I also did try it on with the shirt tucked in. Also very pretty. I'm obsessed with this. I've actually worn it a whole bunch of times already, and I just cannot wait to wear this in the office. It's gonna look so cute. Okay, now going on with the flared sleeve trend, I did get another sweater, but this one it's in white. I mean, it does look a bit more like yellowish cream color, but I just think the color is too contrasting for me right now. The sleeve is also flared. This one is a lot thicker than the one that I just showed you. And in the front, it's like a crisscrossy folds over type of front. I don't really like the rib material for this one. Actually, this one feels like a yarn knitted material, which I'm not like obsessed with because it could look really bougie or like really cheap looking, and this is definitely more on like the cheaper looking side. I'm not in love with it where the fold like overlaps each other, clearly see-through. Also, the length of this is kind of awkward. Like, I wish it was just a bit shorter. I think that would be super cute. This is like the one item that I'm not like super in love with. I do like the idea, but I just think it was executed poorly. Like, if they made this top in this rib material, it would be so cute and not see-through. Another sweater that I got is kind of like in the same silhouette as that blouse I showed you guys. It has the puffiness at the shoulder as well as like a cinch sleeve, giving you that balloon sleeve effect. This one is in a mocha-y color. This is also kind of like a yarn knitted material, but it definitely feels a lot smoother and close knitted. Kind of hard to describe the texture, but you do notice a difference, like especially when it's put up against each other. My only complaint about this is that it's super big for some reason. Everything overall just fits large. The sleeves are extra long, so even though there's a cinch at the wrist, it does like kind of bunch up oddly because it's like too long for my arm, if that makes sense. Not super in love with this one either. I might get a smaller size. I do love how heavy this one is. I think it will definitely keep me warm in the cooler season. It's a regular length shirt all the way to your hips almost. Probably just gonna tuck it in anyways, but I just really love how like thick these sweaters are. This like knitted yarn material is definitely higher quality than that cream one I showed you guys, but I'm just not super in love with the silhouette as well. The last sweater that I got is actually the one that I'm wearing. I was hesitant to keep this because on a model it looks super cute with like mid-wash blue jeans and tucked in and all that stuff, but when I put it on I was just like, okay, like I'm not in love with the color against my skin tone, but it is slightly growing on me. The material of this is super like nice and thick. I wore this out today with like a leather jacket and it kept me perfectly insulated, so I really love that. I think the reason why it doesn't look good on me as well as I thought it would, because my mom has a lot of these sweaters with the same like pattern on it, so it's kind of like, I'm not trying to dress like I'm 50, you know. This one also is kind of like a normal length shirt. It goes down to the hip area. So how I usually wear shirts this length is that like I would just tuck in one side of the shirt into the jeans. I could definitely imagine myself wearing this with like boots, like chunky black boots with like mid-wash jeans. That's such a look. So now moving more into workwear, I did get a few pairs of pants. This beige kind of cream looking one is definitely washing out on camera, but it's more like a kind of like an oatmeal beige cream, if that makes sense. It's not completely white, but it's not like beige where it's like brownish. It's more like a like a milky white, if that makes sense. But what I love about this is that they have like an elastic part in the back, so it definitely holds you in really well, and I feel like the material is super breathable and silky. And the one thing about Dazy pants is that they have like deep ass pockets. Like these pockets are no joke. My hand completely disappears into it. It definitely holds a phone. I really love that. My only complaint about this is that like the craftsmanship is so like bad. I have a lot of loose threads. It doesn't really like bother me, but it's just like slightly annoying. These pants are full length. They're not cropped at all, a little past the ankle, and it is straight legs. It's not like super flared like all my other pairs are. I really like this pair for like a more work appropriate vibe, because I feel like the more flared the pants are, the less businessy and more casually it is. And I usually would wear like my super flared dress pants out with sneakers and stuff. It looks really nice, but because this pair is a bit more tapered, I could get away with wearing this at the office with heels on. Chef's kiss. I also did get this in a black as well, the exact same pair. It's currently in a wash, so I don't have it with me, but it's super nice quality, both of them, and I'm so excited to incorporate these into my closet. The last pair of pants that I got is actually from a completely different material. I was surprised that it came in this material because I've had a bunch of Dazy pants before. I have never come across like this thin, like kind of black material. It actually feels like chinos. Oh my god, chino pants. If you know what I'm talking about, literally the same fabric. I'm not super in love with it, but the silhouette is really pretty. I really love that like it folds over in the front over here. It has like fake back pockets, not that we care about those. The front pockets are actually pretty deep as well. Obviously not as deep as the cream ones that I just showed you guys, but it is pretty decent. My phone doesn't really like hang out of that. And this pair is cropped. Like this actually goes before my ankles, if that makes sense. It kind of hits like that mid calf-ish area. I did have an issue with these pants riding up on my leg when I sit down because it's already at like kind of the lower mid calf area, so when you sit it kind of like rides up to like mid calf. Super annoying, especially when I stand up. I have to like pull my pants down. But I like wearing these for like a more masculine type of outfits. I just feel like this one, it screams more like business rather than the like more relaxed pants. But I just picked this up in this color specifically because I don't have any like charcoal colored pants. I have like various shades of gray and like white and black obviously, but I don't have anything in this kind of like heather charcoaly gray, so I thought I'll give this a try. I ended up really liking it. The material of this is super thin. Like I don't know if you guys have owned any pants from Dazy before, but these pants are like super thin. It's kind of like legging thin, if that makes sense. There is like little to no stretch. It is a straight slim fit. I do love wearing this for like the summer to fall transitional period because it's like kind of hot, but like these are breathable enough. Okay, now moving on into dresses. Okay, I have a love-hate relationship with sweater dresses because I feel like I never know when it's like the best time to wear it. Obviously, sweater material, you can't wear it in like 60-degree weather, but I don't usually wear dresses in like a 50-40-degree weather. So a sweater dress for me is kind of like, what the fuck, like how do I wear this? But recently my manager suggested that we do like a team dinner at the end of the year at a fancy restaurant. So I was thinking, I'm like, okay, I don't really want to show up in pants. That's kind of like not special enough for the occasion. So I was like, okay, let me look again into sweater dresses. I ended up finding this one on Dazy. It looked super nice on the model. I just could not stop thinking about it. So I was like, you know what? Let me try this one more time. And I'm pleasantly surprised. It is a sage color, but look at that neckline. I just am in love. I feel like this type of neckline is so like bougie. Okay, I don't want to use that word anymore. It's so annoying, but I feel like it's so classy and like you could definitely dress this up or down. It's like appropriate for most occasions and it's bodycon, but the only giveaway with this is that it's a maxi, so it goes like all the way down to like my mid-calf area, which I love. I feel like because this is so long, it's definitely gonna keep me warmer in the cooler season. The material is not like any thicker than that beige sweater I showed you. When I tried this on, I was like instantly mesmerized and in love, so I can't wait to wear this to that dinner. And I feel like I could still incorporate this into my capsule wardrobe because of the color. Most of my wardrobe is like in black, gray, white, cream, and sage. Like I usually don't sway away from these type of colors, so I feel like even though it's like a seasonal type of thing, I could definitely wear this in the future. Last but not least, I did get another dress. This one is in black, also a bodycon. The length of this is kind of like a mini, but I'm just not super in love with the material. But let's just talk about the dress, right? In theory, it looks really cute. It has this knotted feature in the front. It has my favorite trumpet sleeves. But just the material and how it sits on a body looks super cheap. It looks like something that you could get from like Rue 21. Not about that. I wish they'd make this in like a different material, like maybe a thicker material. But this material is like super see-through, especially when it's like stretched out on your body. I don't love how like all your undergarments would show in this material. I got this in a medium, but even then I felt like my sleeves were suffocating me, as well as like the ass area. I have an issue of it riding up my legs whenever I walked, so I'm just like not in love with this one. So that's it for today's video. Everything will be listed down below, as well as the size that I got, and I'll see you guys in the next one.